christiangeekcentral.com.
Alright, now we are on to the event phase. All I'm doing is discarding a card here. And that's it for that. We go back around, cycle, get to almost recharge those pretty soon here. And now on to, oh wait, we gotta do some flamey things. Red Gremlin has a Flame 2 token on him, which means that he takes 1 point of damage, and then it flips over from 2 to the 1 side. Oops. And good, so he's only got 1 hit point left. That's very good news. Alright, so now we're done with the time phase, and I'm gonna have What's-Her-Face Shay go first. Here we go. Boom! Okay, so 1 hit, 2 surges. Oh, cool, I can use her ability. Oh, crap. I am now suddenly seeing the benefit of taking advantage of a critical ability. Her longsword, if you look here, my preference is always going to be to do damage as much as possible. And I do get 1 auto hit here, and then, so I mean, like, I guess I could do, oh, wait a minute, do I have enough to kill him? Oh, I would. Okay, so let me just tell you what I was wrestling with. I didn't see this automatic hit here. I was just looking at my die roll, which is 1 hit, and then these surges. I thought, okay, well, I can boost my damage to 2, but then he's got an ability that's going to reduce my slashing damage by 1 hit, and then he's also got armor, which would reduce the other one, so I'm left with nothing. But if I have a total of 3 hits, then his -1 slash ability, if you've forgotten what I'm talking about, I'm looking at his card here, this armor thing will negate 1 of my hits, and this slash -1 thing, because I'm using a slashing weapon, will negate another 1 of my hits. But my total roll here is 1 plus whatever I can get from the surges, so I could use one of those surges to get an extra damage here, so that's 2. And then, in addition to whatever I roll, I get an extra hit here, so that's 3. So a total of 3 damage. He can only ditch 2 of those points of damage. He's only got 1 body point left. So, oh wait, no, he does have more. Looking at the wrong character. Good gravy. Alright, let's look at the right character now. Is this the guy I was holding up before? I was looking at the wrong body point. So he's got 6 body points. Crap. Yeah, I'll take it. I was thinking that I could go with the critical route, because if I'm not going to be able to do damage to him anyway, then I could give him one of these critical tokens and at least do something that'll get through his dumb defenses. But, alright, now I'll do this, and, oh, but he still gets to defend. Crap. Choices! Alright, I will just do the straight-up damage, give him a chance to defend, and then wail on him with my mage here. So, oh wait, no, both of her spells are kind of in a recharge pattern right now. Suddenly, I'm not so awesome. Alright, forget the damage. I'm going to go for the critical. Draw it from the bag. Let's see what we got. Boom! Oh, I got to turn it over, and it's, okay, -1 hit. Okay, that's not bad. It's a permanent effect that stays on him, I think, until he's dead or something like that. Let me check here. Permanent effects, yep. And it reduces his hit effectiveness by 1, so... let's see, do I want her to do anything else? Alright, I forgot to put out these, like, soul points. I'm playing on the easy difficulty, so I should have had soul points for the last 2 guys that I killed, and I forgot to put those out there. I'm not going to have Shay do anything else on her turn. Oops, I should have refreshed both of these. And so now I'll turn her over because she is done. Now we'll move over to Ariel's turn, and she can't really do much except for try to attack, maybe with her wand, so I guess I'll give that a shot. Alright, 1 blue die, that's not very much. Let's see what happens. Okay, we got a hit and a magic symbol. Oh, crap. Well, it's lethal 1. What the crap does that mean? Sweet, it means that he can't block it through any of the standard means. So that is 1 damage that's going to cut straight through, like, his armor. He doesn't get to roll in defense. He just takes the hit. Nice. And finally, I get to use her special ability, Arcanist. Once per round, perform an extra attack with a wand. And I do have an action that I can spend on that, so let's do this again. Oh, crap, just a shield. Okay, well, it was worth a shot. One thing I did forget that doesn't get skipped is his Sharp Spines ability, which says, if this enemy suffers damage, all heroes in its area suffer 1 HP. So I do actually need to do that, even, you know, some damage got through. That sucks a little bit. So now there's an enemy turn, we draw an encounter card, see what happens here. We got Troop Assault. Activate all green enemies. Oh, good. We've got one on there. So we'll do that. All he really gets to do is move 2 areas toward the closest hero. And that's that. Not too bad. What is too bad is that this guy, this red gremlin, has quickness. At the end of each enemy turn, if this enemy was not activated, activate it, which means he gets activated right now. He's going to attack Shay. Here we go with his nasty, sharp claws. Okay, so we got 2 hits, and a surge doesn't get him anything. He negates her kind of like default armor, but she still gets to roll to try and defend against those 2 hits. And 2 shields, baby. Awesome. Beginning of basically a new round. We're in the time phase, so her spells get kind of like a cooldown, refreshed, or whatever the crap. This bad guy takes another damage, so that's really nice. He's only 1 hit point away from his own demise, so I'm feeling pretty positive about that. And let's see here. I think we've taken care of all that stuff. So we'll start with Shay. Shay is first going to use an automatic action to drink this healing potion and get 4 hit points back. She's lost 3, so that brings her back up to maximum. Oh, I forgot to factor in this critical thing. I should have reduced the number of hits that I had incoming by 1, so he had even less of a chance of getting at me. Okay, so she's going to just take a shot at him with her longsword, which still has that, you know, slash disadvantage against him, but we will give it a try anyway. Here we go. 1, 2, plus 1 more is 3, and then yeah, and then plus the surge can get her a total of 4. How much of that can he deal with? He can reduce 1 slash. And then he's got 1 armor, but he's still got 2 damage incoming. And let's see if he can roll to defend against that. He defends against 1, but not the other, so he is toast! I get some serious goodies for taking this guy out. Look at all this. He's got 2 soul points, like, you know, experience points. And I get to add 1 to that because I'm on easy difficulty. And then he drops 2 of these loot tokens. So let's see what's going on here. We can do those. And then 2 of these will go in his spot. You are gone, ugly man. And she, as an automatic action, can still pick these things up. So let's go ahead and do that now and see what we got. Kaboom! 20 crowns. Ooh, man, that is tasty. So we'll put that right there. And then door number 2. Boom! What is that? Oh, dude, it's a treasure card. Okay, sweet. So let's draw. And she's got an ability. Treasure Hunter. When you must draw a treasure card, draw 2 instead, keep 1, and shuffle the other back into the deck. That is awesome for looters like me. So, draw 2 of these cards. Number 1 is... what do we got here? Bandages. I don't know. Heal 4 hit points and remove all body conditions. I don't know. Come on now. Boom! What do we got? Vortex. Well, that sounds cool. Arcane Consumable. 4 red die. What is that? It's an attack item. 4 red dice to attack. Has an area of effect in the immediate area, and it could potentially add bash and a hit. Well, you better believe I'm taking this. Nice. Oh, but I don't have any room in my, like... Do I have room in my equipment bin? Oh, I do. Okay, I've got 1 more. Room for 1 more. That's going to go to Ariel anyway. Very cool. Very cool. Here's something that I'm not a big fan of. The earlier story event instructions told me to resume play until the red gremlin dies. And then you go to paragraph 1.12. I go there, and it's essentially the ending to the whole quest. And then you get your rewards, and you just proceed to the next quest. You don't get a chance to explore this board any further, but there is a treasure chest in the next room. I could have explored that by, you know, making myself vulnerable by going, you know, through the door, and when you move away from an enemy that's in the same area as you, they basically get a free attack at you. This Gloomhaven had the same issue going on here, where, like, once you defeat the quest objective, then, like, pretty much instantly the quest is over. But every dungeon crawler knows you do a clean sweep of that dungeon unless you're getting your butt handed to you, because you want to get all that sweet loot. And so, thematically, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me why she would, in the middle of combat, risk getting hit just so she could open up this door and see what's in there. I mean, is she really that greedy? Is that how I have to kind of play her and stuff? Well, maybe, but I mean, it's totally unnecessary. Is the whole cathedral collapsing and falling apart once the red gremlin dies? That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Maybe it says that in the story here. Let's read and see what happens. With his last breath, High Cleric Claudius tells the tale of the mysterious death of the king.
His body appeared strangely light and pale as he lay dead. And to make matters worse, the royal heir has also disappeared. He continues weakly. Darkness invaded these lands. Count Adolf and his guards fight in vain because the evil forces they are facing are not of this world. You are now our only hope. The ritual required the sacrifice of our most precious relic, but here you stand, your souls contained in the gems you carry, bound to the will of the spell. You gotta spit a little bit when you're doing dramatic stuff like this. Could you see flecks of spit coming off of me? You cannot completely die, but neither oh, I'm getting spit on my rulebook now. You cannot completely die, but neither shall you be completely free until you will defeat this evil. I am ashamed of this coercion, but to save the realm I chose to curse my soul. Choose, actually, is what it says there, sorry. The spell of recall will give you back your strength as you kill the evil forces, while guiding you closer and closer to your aim. My life is over now. But I pass away knowing my destiny is accomplished. Now everything depends on you. The cleric Marcus, he will guide you. He will answer your questions. Farewell, heroes. Save this realm.
Rewards. Party gains 50 crowns. In addition, each faith hero gains one healing potion from the Emporium. I don't have any faith heroes, but I'll take those 50 crown me with many crowns. And instead of proceeding to the next quest, I'm going to loot, baby. There's a freaking treasure chest there, so forget the rules right now. I'm going shopping. That was Shay that killed him? Oh no, was it the fire? I can't even remember what happened now. This is the difficulty of trying to talk to you guys and think about the game at the same time. Can't do it. Cannot multitask. So I'm probably screwing this up and maybe even cheating. Hey, I'm already cheating anyway, so what the heck. So she's going to go here. She's going to open up this. Oh, I need an action. But I have enough. She has 2 actions. And okay, cool. So she's going to bash open this door. Still have to draw a trap card. 2, though, and she gets to choose one because she's awesome thief extraordinaire. Hey, no trap. Guess which one I'm choosing? What was the other one? Darts. Yeah, no, okay. No trap. And then she's going to go in here. And we're going to look at this treasure chest. Look at that. 100 crowns. Oh, I am just swimming in it. That is awesome. And now I will exit the quest. Boom! New t-shirt, new rolling surface, and new quest. Act 1, Quest 2, A Menaced Kingdom. The introduction reads, the morning after the attack, Marcus directs the party to the leader of the city guard, a charming lady named Anne, to investigate last night's events. The heroes cannot help but notice they are under scrutiny by the entire city, who eye them hopefully but warily. Captain Anne is no exception. And so you are our saviors? I bear no prejudice upon you, and I hope the prophecy of the High Cleric comes true, but right now I have a city to rebuild, and hundreds of wounded or missing people to attend. Do you have any questions? See paragraph 2.1. Alright, it says if you want to ask Captain Anne about the attack, go to 2.2. If you want to ask the men with the strangely carved leather armor, ask about the men with strangely carved leather armor, go to 2.3. If you want to ask more questions about it, you want to start to investigate directly, go to 2.4. I guess I'll just go through one at a time here. Let's do 2.2 first. The attack began about at the same. I think that's supposed to be the attack began at about, right? I'll change it. The attack began at about the same time the High Priest was conducting the ritual in the temple, says Anne. The gremlins might have entered the town through some underground tunnels hitherto unknown to us, but perhaps known to the underworld of our city. Go to 2.1, which is the thing I went to before. So it's almost like kind of like a weird choose-your-own-adventure type format. So, okay. Now to 2.3. Those men, this is regarding the men with strangely carved leather armor, they probably belong to the Guild of Shadows, says the captain. It's a crime syndicate spread throughout the whole realm. Go to 2.1. If you don't want to ask any more questions and you want to start investigating directly, go to 2.4. It's interesting, so they've got it kind of set up a little bit like a dialogue tree system in a video game RPG. I almost kind of just wish they didn't give me the choices and force me to kind of... It's all on the same page, but still just kind of darting around, going back and forth. Just read me the whole thing anyway, and if I'm the type of person that's ultimately not interested in plot, then just put at the very bottom where I'm supposed to go when all this dialogue stuff is done, and I can go there. That seems like it would have been a more streamlined way to do it. So anyway, now we're going on to 2.4 in the conversation dialogue tree. Should you be willing to investigate the matter, you have my blessing. Any help is welcome at this moment, says Captain Ann. I would suggest you wait until dusk and start with Jack Crow in the Black Pearl Tavern. He may give you some hints, but you'll have to be convincing. You should be careful. The city is still a dangerous place, but after all, you're our heroes, aren't you? Good luck out there. The adventure begins! It actually says that. All right. Before I head into the actual... into a menaced kingdom, I should point out that I ran through the first quest twice. The second time was when I actually recorded it, so that's the playthrough that you would have seen if you've been watching this series. But what I decided to do in the end, just because I felt completely justified in doing so, I was like, I'm going to take whichever characters were, whichever set of characters was doing better as far as equipment and treasure and stuff like that, and bring that version of my party into the Quest 2 as we go forward. So, and my first playthrough, despite really wrestling with the rule book and having to look up a bunch of stuff, and I ultimately got out of that with better loot and money and stuff. So, and I also made a stop at the Emporium with the extra money that I gained. So some things are still the same. Like I still have my healing potion. This is cool. This is a treasure card that I picked up in my initial playthrough called Icy Knives. That's almost the knives. Icy Knives, and that's kind of cool. I can spend an action, so I don't have to use it as a combat. I can just spend an action to use these things, and they get an automatic hit. And I roll 3 dice. It's one up to one area away, and potentially has lethal and stun in the mix. So it is a projectile, and there's rules for projectile. I can't remember where they are right now, but you can potentially, like, when you roll badly enough or something, they like run out and you just discard the card. So it is a finite resource, but that was a cool treasure that I found. So I actually swapped out her bow because I don't know, I wasn't feeling really a lot of confidence in Shay's bow. And then also my rogue Shay kept her longsword, and then I also picked up a come on. There we go. It's hard to... You ever have trouble picking up cards from a flat surface? So I got this cutlass to go in my offhand. And then what I did with both my longsword and my cutlass was I went and took them to this like blacksmith thingy where you can pay 50 coins and flip them over to their forged version, which this will last you. It's not a permanent change, which is thematically maybe a little bit weird. I don't know. Maybe you have to keep going back and get your blade sharpened. I can see it that way, but it gives you. Basically what it amounts to is just an extra automatic hit. So I mean, this one starts out with 1 auto hit, and then it's got 2 this time. But all the other stats, as far as I can tell, are the same. So, and same thing here, I got this cutlass for my offhand, and there we go. The reason I ended up going with it, I'm not sure if I really thought to factor this in before as I was looking at the weapons, but really the type of damage that it is, slash versus pierce, really does make a difference depending on the enemy you're going up against. I noticed that there was the gremlins. They have like kind of an anti-slash ability. So I was like, I want to have an option on hand that I can use against gremlins that isn't slashy. So that's why I'm bringing along my forged cutlass. And hopefully the next time I see a gremlin, I'll be able to gut him really good. Another cool item I picked up on that run as a treasure card was the Shadows Vest, and this is a little bit of light armor here. It comes with this cool, in the rules, the game from which the rule system, this one, I'm trying to construct a sentence there, it's not working. In Galaxy Defenders, from which the rules of this game come, this is a mechanism called like Energy Shield. And in here it's like Magical Shield, but it's the same idea. It has these charges that are rechargeable, and you just kind of put a counter on here, and you get to take charges off of your magical armor before actually suffering wounds. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, this was a really neat find. I also get like just an extra item as far as my pack capacity, which is really cool. And then on a thing, you can reroll any defense dice. So I was really excited when I found this armor, and Yeah, so that's another reason why I went to my first run. And then the probably the last reason I went to my first run was this beauty right here. This is a jade earring, and this was another thing that I found when I was searching for treasure. It's an artifact. It starts off with 4 charges, and if you spend 1 charge, you can re-roll any hit or defense dice. At the beginning of every quest, before you head into it, your artifacts get back 1 charge. So it's I can potentially run out, but over time I can get those charges back. So this is a really, really cool item. I just, between the cool armor that she had and then this thing as well that I could give to her, it positions her a little bit better to be my kind of advanced force. She's not really she's not really a tank. She doesn't have a ton of hit points, but now she's got a lot more ways that she can avoid damage than she did before, so that she can still kind of function as my tank, or at least my advanced distraction scout. Other than that, she has the same skills and stuff like that as the last run through that I did. Ariel, my sorceress, or no, enchantress. The good version is the sorceress. The bad version is the enchantress. But I kept her the same. Kept the same skills. I did purchase, because this version didn't have the wand, so I did purchase that wand at the Emporium so that I could take advantage of her ability to use an activation point, or whatever the crap, to once per round perform an extra attack with a wand. So anyway, just in case you've been following the videos up to this point and you're wondering why I suddenly have this different stuff, that's the explanation why. Without any further ado, let's get into a menaced kingdom and see if I can unmenace it a little bit. Well, for starters, I'm going to do something that I could have done at some point during my last playthrough, I think, but I just didn't think to do it, and that is I'm going to rank up, level up my rogue, Shay. And you do that during the time phase, after all the basic effects cleanup and stuff is done, any kind of things that need to be recharged or whatever. I can spend soul points equal to the level I want to be at times the level I want to be at. So in this case, the level I want to be at is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Hey! I'm really terrible at math. And I can cash these in, and then she is going to move up the dial here to rank 2. Come on now, dexterity fingers, you can do it. There we go. So what did I get there? What was the change? So, okay, so I got an extra hit point. Oops. And and an extra, what is that? Some kind of extra, skill or something, or ability? I gotta look up the rule book now. Yeah, this was another thing that, the rule book, the wording is just difficult to understand, and I wasn't the only one that was having trouble with this as I looked on the Board Game Geek forums. But yeah, this the number, you've got the number here, that's the number of powers that I can choose that are specific to my character class. And then for every asterisk that's there, I select 1 talent. So for example, she's got this treasure hunter ability, and that's unique to, her, Shay. But then there's this other talent that I have that really anybody can use. So however many asterisks there are, asterisks, I don't know. I choose one of these talents, and for whatever the number is, that's how many powers I have. Yeah, the wording for that was not helpful to me. So anyway, at this point, I haven't gained another asterisk, but I have gained, the number has gone up by 1. So I can choose now another power that's specific to Shay's groupings of, unique Shay powers to add to my power supply. Yeah, it's a tough choice to make. I might end up breaking the rules a little bit in this game. You've got these 2 versions of your character, the good version and the bad version. And the good version, which is the one I chose, is more of a thief-oriented, treasure-oriented, and the other one is more of assassin-oriented. They both have some abilities to kind of sneak around a little bit, and but really I kind of want the best of both worlds, and I don't like that they're the skills are segmented off like that. So I know it's probably the game's way of using fewer models once again to create more diverse character options. But I kind of want to play a thief that is good at fighting and also good at... I want to cheat a little bit, let's just face it. But for now, I think I'm going to hold off on cheating for a little bit longer and go with this skill right here, which is Thiefling. And I'm at Soul Rank 2, so I can use this one. There, as you go through here, I might have mentioned this before. You can use an ability at a higher rank for a more powerful effect. This one just has a rank of 1. So roll a red die, and this is as just a free action. Roll a red die with a hit, steal from target enemy. So I don't know if the hit needs to get through or if I just achieve a hit. Again, a little bit murky there. With a hit, it doesn't say with damage, so I'm going to assume if I roll a hit, I can steal... Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is an attack. Oh, I get it. Okay. Yeah, this isn't actually an attack. I'm just rolling a red die. If I get a hit result on the die, then I steal from the target enemy. If it's a green enemy, gain 5 crowns, blue, gain 10, red, gain 1 loot token. So this is this is cool to me. I mean, for a second there I was thinking, oh, I get to attack and try to rob them like at the same time, but it's just to steal here. But still, as a free action, get more loot, more coins. I am on board. She's going to go ahead and move now. So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll move her here 5 to see what this waypoint is all about. The cellar of the tavern is full of barrels, crates, jars, and more. There's barely enough space to move around. Oh, so there's nothing going on there, nothing interesting, it's just a little bit of flavor text. So sometimes it looks like they're going to put waypoints on the board just to maybe distract you and waste your time and make you decide, do I want to explore this? Will there be any reward for exploring this? I might kind of like that. I'm not sure. I do like exploration being rewarded, but that means, that you're going to explore and sometimes not find things. So that's just part of exploration. Okay, I will still go ahead and use one of her actions to get her to dash and have her go 1 space here. Because I think I can still keep moving after a waypoint's been revealed. I don't think that ceases my movement. And I'll just stop there for now and get ready to take on that story event at a later time. Not a whole lot Ariel can do. She's got a movement of 3, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And these little boots here means that I can't, go straight into this area. I think this is supposed to represent like these balconies, kind of. And see if there's stairs moving up to this elevated space here. And I think there's a little bit of like a step or stair here, maybe, and then a railing or something. So I can move from this way down to here, but I can't go from here to that way. So. And that's about, I think, all I'm going to do with her. Move on to the event phase. Event card number 1 says Night. Read and apply the night effects described in Storybook. Shift all used smajiggers back 1 the thingy. Was I supposed to draw this before the whole thing started? I can't even remember that. Seems like that should be... I don't know, I don't care. I'm not looking it up. But I already read in advance. There are no night effects this time to keep track of, which is really convenient for me. So that goes off to the side there. And that's the end of the event phase. Not too bad.